Spacey bonjour, space bon dia, space guten tag, space privyet. It's me, Table, and welcome to an episode of Kerbal Space Program. Now, I've been receiving some inquiries as to why I'm not doing very well in this career mode, and the truth is I'm not too sure what I'm going to do, so I'm just going to go through. So look, Orbit 101 is about as far as I've got. I haven't achieved Orbit because I don't know how, but I'm just going to do the tutorials, and let's get started, shall we? This tutorial, presented by famous rocket scientist Werner von Kerbalkind himself, covers the basic rocketry construction of all vehicles and assembly buildings. That's how Kerbals talk, isn't it? Come on now, scientist man. Welcome to the lecture on vessel construction. Okay, I should be pretty easy. Famous rocket scientist myself. Okay. His eyes are so squiffy. Let's see, in this tutorial we're going to cover part stuff. Each step will lock all the controls. Okay. Alright, so if I mess up it won't light up. Okay. So, let's give... This is very developed buildings as well. Mine do not look like this at all in career mode. Ah, so when you upgrade the building they look better. Ah, la-di-da. Take some time to hover this. No, I don't want to... Okay. Okay. Oh, that's the one we want. Very good. What you see in the middle of this screen is the construction area, where the parts are placed and your craft is constructed. On the left-hand side of the screen is the parts toolbox. It will show you all the parts you have available from the different. Once you have to pick them. Okay. If you want your craft to be controllable, you need a command module. Oh. After at least one part is located, you can look around with the following controls. Arrow keys or right mouse is drag, yeah. Scroll wheel, zoom up and down, okay. Zoom camera in, shift and mouse wheel, okay. Fine, I knew those. Okay. Adding a parachute, I know how to do that. So you go to... I don't know. Utility? Yeah! Yeah, parachute's on. Now, I think it's going to tell me something about... Right-click on the parachute we just attached to the pod. Do not do that now, and you'll see the available parameters. Okay. On the parachute, you'll see you can adjust our altitude and the atmospheric pressure at which it opens. The setting can be quite useful on distant worlds. Ooh, for now, let's check that the opening height of the chute is at least 1,000 meters, yes, because safety is the Kerbal way. After all, for the minimum pressure slider, move it a bit to the right to 0.2. Okay, there we go. This setting prevents the chute from activating until the atmospheric pressure is above the configured value. On Kerbin, 0.2 is about 9 kilometers in altitude. So even if you stage early to arm the parachute, it will wait until then to activate. Oh, okay. Ah, okay. That's really friggin' super useful, Dings. I did not know that. Where's my book with my tutorial things in? I did not know that. So, what's the pressure thing about? The pressure. So, 0.2 pressure equals 9 kilometers from surface of what's it called? Kerbin. From surface of Kerbin. That is friggin' useful. Okay, thank you. Appreciate that, scientist man. Add a solid motor. Click on the engines tab. Okay, engines. And we just scroll down a bit. Let's go zoom out a bit, and then just like. You're just starting out. You've not famous rocket scientists make the craft survival as it stands. That you've better rocket scientists than me. Haha, impossible. The problem with the craft is that the solid rocket is too powerful for the payload. A single small pond shoot. It will either burn up on ascent. Oh, you can do that. You can burn up on ascent from going too fast, or burn up from coming back down. Even if you survive that, the craft's mass will cause it to fall too fast, and the parachute will, for the parachute to operate properly, and you'll hit the surface before you can stop you. Okay, I promise to teach you how to change that and make it work in a later tutorial. But for now, let's continue. Okay. Drop it back on the parts box or press delete. Ooh. Instead, let's add a solid motor that's better for the ship that size. At the start of your career... Okay, so let's put on this little wibbly wibs. At the start of your career, you have what I consider rubbish parts. Literally, the motor here looks like, and may well be converted trash can. That said, it does not have enough oomph to get this little craft moving skyward and quickly. As you progress, you'll be able to unlock more engines and parts. For now, let's pick the flea and connect it to the bottom of the pod. I've done that. Now I've got to do this and switch them apart. So engine, yeah, see? Because this bit down here is like the different stages, so you have to put them, and whenever you press space, it will do it in this order. So booster will fire, then that will come off. And the higher the number 0, the icon's parachute. Yeah, so that's what it is, isn't it? In the bottom right, you will see the staging stack. It's the box with the number 0, yeah. So that's what that does. Separate them by pressing the plus or minus. Click on the plus to add a new stage. Yep, okay, so that's that. Excellent. It's important to note that the stages activate from the highest number and then come down. So the first stage will be stage 1, and then 0 is the last stage. Okay, now drag the engine. Yeah, I've done that. Save it for later. That's it. We now have a safe, well, relatively safe craft that's ready to go. Let's make sure that we need this design again. We don't have it built at all from scratch. Okay. Save. So when you're happy with the name, okay. Tutorial Craft 1. I think that's a reasonable name. Tutorial Craft 1. Save. Sorted. Excellent. Feel free to play around with the parts and techniques I've shown you, and when you're ready to continue, press the red button at the upper right to exit. Okay. Done. Leave. Let's do the next tutorial. We've got time. That took no time at all. Basic flight. Woo! That's easier than I thought, but it told me about the pressure thing, so it was well worth doing. Oh, Valentina's dead in my world. Oops. Welcome to the Kerbal Space Center launch facility. I am Gene Kerman, and I will teach you the basics of piloting a spacecraft. I trust you've already checked the basic construction tutorial. I have. If not, recommend you do so before going through this one. Today we will do a run through of all of the important controls of your spacecraft. Our little hopper from the basic construction lesson from Wernan may not have all of them. But we'll do a fun run through once and let's see how it flies. Okay. Flying a spacecraft is all about... Got something to say? It's all about the control of a generally very chaotic situation. As a pilot, your main flight controls will affect the pitch, yaw, and roll of the ship. Let's look at those first. All the other controls will be locked until they are needed for this tutorial. Okay. Right, so pitch, yaw, and roll. Okay, fine. Next, we'll see how you rotate in these directions. S and W is pitch up and pitch down. A and D is yaw left and right, and Q and E is roll left and roll right. Okay. Fine. Throttle plus pitch, yaw, roll, and main controls you'll need to master for a successful crash-free landing. We'll skip over the throttle control for now, as this vessel has no need for it. Don't worry, I'll explain it when it's time and when it's due. Blah, blah, blah. Remember that all of these controls have limited amounts of effectiveness, so bigger, heavier ships will probably respond much more sluggishly to controls than little, small one. It's also good to keep in mind that as stages are separated from the ship, it will become lighter and will usually mean easier to control. Now let's look at the rest of the flight controls. Staging. In the flight, all planning you put into the staging sequence of your ship comes into play. From launch, the final deployment of the descent, parachutes, space. Okay, space button does that, changes to the next stage. Notice the stage indicator in the lower left-hand corner, yep, shows the currently activated stage. There isn't one. Since you haven't launched it, it's showing the first stage as active. I have your staging controls locked for now, so the stage indicator is glowing purple. No, it isn't. Okay. One more thing on staging. If the staging setup is causing strife, you can change your mind about something. You can edit the stage sequence on the fly, pun intended. And you need to go back and assemble for a facility. Okay, fine. The nav ball. Now, this is important, the navigation ball. An important part of flying is knowing how your ship is orientated when going, where it's going. That's why a good pilot is always aware of the ship's altitude, where it's pointing, and its velocity vector, where it's going. These aren't always the same direction. As your skills improve, you should be able to pick up on these. The big round instrument in the lower centre of the screen is called the nav ball. This device sums up most of the critical information needed for proper death-free flight. Here you see the ship's nose in relation to the horizon, and when you're not pointing straight up, it's easily visible in a line between the blue sky and the ground, as well as heading, compass, bearing and speed. You also get several icons that indicate things like your current velocity vector, but we'll look at those later. How am I going to launch in this one, I wonder? In the top centre part of the screen, you have your altimeter and your vertical speed indicator. Oh, no way, look, that's the thing that people were telling me about. That's how you recover your vessel. Oh, I'm such a bumhead. I didn't know. Your vertical speed indicator shows how quickly your altitude is changing, yeah? When launching, it is considered best to keep this gauge pointing up. Okay. The atmosphere gauge indicates how deep the ship is in the planet's atmosphere. This helps to know if your ship is high enough or orbiting without losing speed to air resistance, or judge how effective wings and control surfaces will be. Okay. Ooh. Okay. One last thing before we give this rocket the green light. In the staging stack, you can see the indicator for your parachute. This indicator shows when your chute will be activated by staging. You already know that, but the background will also change colour to indicate when it is safe to stage the parachute. And the foreground, the parachute bit on the icon itself, will change colour depending on the parachute state. Okay. Note, however, that by default, parachutes will not deploy when unsafe, even if you stage them. Okay. The left three show safety, safe, risky and unsafe. To deploy, the chute is unstaged, white, and the left unstaged white in the left three. The right three show stage after staging, armed, deployed and cut, shredded. Ugh. When you're familiar with the chute icons, we can move on. I am familiar. Okay, enough talk. I'll unlock the flight controls and you'll be clear for launch. Anytime you may press escape to pause the game. In the pause menu, blah, 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 in scenario. For now, get yourself prepared and hit space when you're ready to launch. Don't forget our hopper has a solid rocket booster motor and no throttle control. That's why we didn't review the throttle. Okay, that's fine. So I'm just going to... Oh, look, I don't have stability assist. Here we go. Lift off. And up you go. You can try practicing some controls, as we discussed. Like pitch roll, yaw and all that jazz. Also, keep an eye on the parachute icon. Don't deploy it, it's unsafe. Staging list shows how safe your current environment is for chutes. Once it goes red, it won't deploy until it's clear again, even if you stage it. I realise this could be too much to learn in one go, so if you forget, you can always go back. You can also keep whatever your crew are enjoying the trip in the right hand corner. Anyways, I'll hang around and watch. I'll let you know when it's safe to stage your shoots. Okay. Cannot warp in this scenario. Ah, dang damn it! Deploy your chute. Okay. Fine. What I have trouble with, right, is when I'm spinning out of control like this, is reconfiguring my counteracting my let's just try that. No, down. Okay, so now that's where it naturally wants to go, straight down. Fine, you can just do that. You've armed the parachute. Now time to wait and get low enough so that it will deploy. Now sit back and enjoy the rest of the thing. So the chute deployed because of the pressure. I was under 9,000 meters, which is really useful. That's a really useful thing to have discovered. And I'll just hurtle towards the ground. But what I didn't know is that I could take the booster down with me. You know, I would have thought that was extra weight, but hey ho. Can I speed up now? No, okay. So I guess we're going down normal speed. I feel like I'm going fast. 200 meters per second. That feels quite fast. I can't get over how upgraded my space facility is. Oh, you're going to slow my descent now? There we go. Oh, rapidly slow down. Can I get less than 5 meters per second? 6, that's okay. Although even 6 meters per second is quite high, if I'm honest. Like, that's not a slow speed, really, to hit on a solid surface. Now we can sit back and enjoy the descent. So, that really didn't teach me all that much more than I already knew. However, no, it hasn't taught me anything new. Let me think. Oh, yeah, it did actually. It taught me that you can burn up when you leave the surface. I didn't know that. Oh, wow. Okay. Well done. You survived your first quick flight. When you've landed or splashed on Kerbin and not in training, you can point the mouse just over the altimeter and click on the recover vessel button. I've also unlocked the crew hatch. So if you feel like going out for a walk and swim, you can click on EVA, but it will pop out. Okay, let's do a little EVA. Climb out. Oh no! Does that mean if that was in space, you would just drift away? Ooh, okay. Okay. Why is your spine broken? Oh. What? Since when? Since when can I do this? I had no idea. Plant flag. Yeah. Okay, you knocked over the rocket. Can you get back inside though? Just want to see if I can get back in. Yeah, do. F. Board. Oh, that is glorious. Okay, so if I can survive getting to the moon, I can just get them to climb out and just hang about. They can just live there. Like, because it doesn't. Is there an oxygen limit? Electrical charge, monopropellant. I don't think there's an oxygen limit. I'm thinking friggin' moon base. That's what I'm thinking. Moon base prime. Okay, we're good. Sorted. Moon base prime. Recover vessel. My flag fell over. Why is it not letting me end scenario? Yeah. Should we do one more? I've got one more in me. Yeah. Intermediate construction. Okay, let's do it. So we've got the basics. Let's see what we can do with intermediate. I feel like I'm intermediate. Hello again. Glad you could come back. I'm going to click on that. Yeah, I knew it was that. What do you want me to build? Okay. Click on open button, then remove the flea motor. You want me to load. Cancel. Open. There we go. Hopper. Okay. Bingo. And then remove the flea thing, but I can just press delete. Good. Unlike last time, we won't be bringing the whole vessel back. Here's a question, right? Can I save money in career mode by, like, allowing my parts to get back safe and sound? Is there a way to recover them? I just don't know. Unlike last time, we won't be bringing back the whole vessel back, so we can change our parachute stats from what we used before. Right-click on the parachute. Altitude set to 1,000 meters like last time, but set the minimum pressure slider all the way to 0.75, really? That corresponds to an altitude of 2 kilometers, which means a much shorter time hanging around. Okay. All right. I need to write that down because that's really useful. So 0.2 is 9 kilometers. 0.75 is 2 kilometers. That's useful. Thank you very much, buddy. First off, let's change the name of your craft and a description if you want, so that we still have our trash can special for later on. Okay, fine. Hopper 2. Sorted. Great. For this craft, we're going to give the ship some additional purpose by attaching a science experiment. Oh yeah. Science is here. Fine. Yeah, now this is wait a second. Snap. Oh. When you pick up the part, you will see that it's designed to attach to the sides of other parts, i.e. radially. If we attach only one of these, then during the flight our craft will be unbalanced. One way to solve this is to add an extra goo container to the opposite side of the rocket so that they balance. Luckily, we have a symmetry tool. So that will let me snap. Oh no, that will let me snap. There we go. Let me do that. 2 mystery goo containers. Fine. Book. Oh, it's cute. Okay. Decoupling parts. So I need to go to there, the decoupling coupling thing. And it wants me to put this on here, I suspect. Oh, yeah. Well done. You'll recall, I hope, that in the previous tutorial we had to adjust the staging stack to add the engine to the rocket. Yes, we did. When you add a decoupler, the extra stage is automatically added to the stage so that the new parts below the decoupler won't be staged at the same time as those above it. Okay. You can also still move these around, but hopefully they will save you some time as you go. If you ever want to return to this default staging setup, click the reset button at the bottom of staging. Nice. Okay. Nothing to reset. Okay. Adding some fuel tanks. Add 5 FTL 100 fuel tanks. Now, how do I copy and paste that? Let's see. Once you've placed your first rocket tank, you can duplicate it by pressing left Alt. That's good. I'm going to write that down. Left Alt. I've been wanting to know the answer to that. How have they written it? Okay, left Alt. Copy part. Nice. I feel smarter already. Okay, good. Book. And we need to add an engine. The swivel. Okay. Book. Adding fins for balance. So X twice. And then to aerodynamics. And we go fins. Oh, the snap is so much more useful. I'm friggin' glad that I know about the snap now because I wasn't using it. Nice. Ready to rock. Oh, really? Okay. Excellent. We've now got a rocket that will let us reach for the stars. Admittedly, I did not say reach for, as this is the basic rocket and we can't achieve orbit. But on the right side, that means re-entry will also be basic. Oh, yeah! You now done a great job in building a basic hopper and suborbital capable rocket. Hopefully, you've learned a few things about how to build a craft. I have learned a few things. No, any vessels you create... Okay, fine. Well, there we have it. Oh, man. So that's not orbital. Okay. I wonder what would get me into orbit. That's what I want. I don't even want to look at those parts. La 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 la. I don't even want to look because I'm going to unlock them in career mode. And that's the way I'm going to see these parts rather than just doing Sandbox and then like just being overwhelmed. I want to look at everything piecemeal to begin with, you know? And like really like for it to grow, my understanding to grow organically, you know? Like I've still not orbited in career mode, you know? Space station table. I'm never going to bring people down. I'm just going to leave them in orbit. In the meantime, Ivory Table, thanks so much for watching. I will see you again soon. Take care.